Hello and welcome back to my workshop. So today, let's make a plywood magazine holder. These cardboard ones are okay, but they just aren't sturdy enough for my liking. So, it's a pretty fun little project. I have made them before, and it's really simple. You don't need a lot of tools to make this kind of stuff. I am going to use some more advanced tools, but you could definitely just make this with like a circular saw and a hammer and some nails and a little bit of sandpaper. So it's a pretty good beginner's project, and it is pretty fun to have plywood ones because you can load them up with heavy papers and stuff and never worry about them bending like this or falling out the bottom. So let's get to it. First I need to cut some wood. Now I'm going to cut the back, front, and bottom. I'm going to rip the plywood with the table saw and cut it on the drop saw, but you could definitely use a circular saw or a hand saw if you don't have a table saw and a miter saw. So I need one that's exactly this length, one that's exactly this length, then one that will fit in between the two in the bottom. I'll cut that one in a minute. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this to measure it. That way I know it's exact. Perfect. now I'm going to put a piece of scrap wood underneath. The reason for that is so that when the drill bit comes out, the bottom of the good wood has wood to continue into, because otherwise you'll get a ton of tear out. And that applies for whether you're using brad bits or twist bits or spade bits or augers. Well, not so much augers, because you wouldn't really use an auger on something like this. But anywhere where you don't want tear out, you have to put something behind it. Now I'm using a 25 mil or 1 inch. It's a standard spade bit. You could use a Forstner bit as well, but spade bits work fine for this application. However, I wouldn't use a self-feeding what are they called? Daredevil. I wouldn't use one of those self-feeding spade bits. Nice and slow. The only downside to these cheaper spade bits is, look at all that run out. And that's not the drill, that is the bit, because it does that much in all my drills. So I just gave all the edges of the pieces a little sand with some sandpaper. I'm just going to start them out. Oh well, battery powered lights. Just doing 2 nails per side for now, and once I get it all together and I get the base in so it'll be perfectly square, I'll come back and put some more nails in. So, there we go. 1 wooden magazine box. I think it's quite nice. Much nicer than the cardboard ones anyway. And if you don't have a jigsaw, you could always just cut that on a straight angle, or you could use a coping saw. But I think a jigsaw is a pretty common tool that most people who would want to make this have anyway. And as you saw, I just put it all together with regular old nails and a hammer rather than the nail gun. So there we go.